Hi everybody, a warm welcome to our live stream today, and we will speak about this mysterious comet that reached our solar system and what is really the message behind, because the most people do not understand, and there is so much more beyond the scientific level, and we will show and look deeper what this comment or object will tell you. But first, a warm welcome to everybody here in our live stream, to everywhere in the world. And if you have any question, please type it out here in the chat. So if I have an answer, I will give it to you. And these live streams are really for your questions also. And I have some here in my paper. And you can also send me your question in the comment section of this video when you watch it later, so I can answer it in the next live stream. Hello, and please write down from where you are. A warm welcome. Yeah, let's start with the comet. The name is 3I Atlas. And what is he? He is not from our solar system. We know he is an interstellar guest, you can say. And this is the third interstellar object that has reached our solar system. And you might know, Oumuamua was the second, and Borisov was the name of the first comet-like object. And we see these objects now more often. Not so often, it's first the third, but this speaks about something. And I will dive deeper what this means. But before we look deeper, let's check what this comet is, or this object. Let's tell it in that way. It is really unusual. You might have seen those different colors, and those different colors, they show up because this comet had a bubble of energy, and the scientists, they do not really know how big this object is really, so they do not really know, is it really a comet? But its behavior is a little bit like a comet, but not typical like a comet in our solar system. So this is very interesting. It has a very high ratio of CO2, more than our material physical matter has here in our solar system. And this speaks about an unusual composition, you can say. And it is approaching our sun. It is not going in the circles our planets normally move, and it really moves like retrograde, straight through the lines. And this is also a very weird behavior, you can say, that we are seeing here. And yes, there is no risk for Earth. We know he's far away from Earth, and he's moving towards the sun, but not directly. And near Mars, we will see him near Mars, I think in October, something like this. And yeah, so he has a strange behavior, this object. And so some scientists say maybe it is a UFO or something like this. Is this something from extraterrestrials that they came here in our solar system. So this is really very interesting. And also this movement that is totally against our regular movements and with enormous speed. This speaks of something very energetically, you can say it is extraordinary. And yes, it is. Because now I want to speak more about the message of this object and if it is really a comet. And yes, you can say it is a comet. It is not an UFO. It is something natural, you can say. But there are it is not, should I tell it? It is like planned, you can say. It is planned that this comet showed up right now because something big is happening energetically. And we experience this very, very, very deep also with the actual solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. And this comet, you can connect to this comet. You can do this. You can do this for your own and ask it, what is your message? It carries memories. They are totally unusual to our normal form of communication when you connect with this comet. And in his dust, there is also informations from other star nations. So he carries something with him that that helps us, if we connect to it, to remember that there is so much more outside of our solar system, and that we will now see a lesson from a totally other consciousness, other form of consciousness that is connecting with us. Because when it is in our solar system, it is in our energy, field, you can say. So we can reach out to it, and that is really amazing. And what this comet shows us is that the first contact with extraterrestrial is on the horizon, you can say. This is the most important message this comet has for us. And this comet asks us to open our heart and to really step in this greater form of communication with this comet. And the light you can see, and I have in my thumbnail in the picture before this video, you see those different colors. This is really amazing. This comet does not behave like a normal comet, and he has a surrounding energy field, like a fog field, so that the scientists, they don't really see how big this comet is. And it shows unnormal reactions with those lights. So this was also the reason why some say, oh, this must be an UFO. But this is not an UFO, it is something different. It is conscious, and it connects with us if we are ready. And this comment also speaks about the end of the third dimension, you can say. If you speak about the third dimension, I often speak, we are in the fourth dimension, but in this slang we use normally the third dimension. This comment speaks about the end of the linear time. And he brings those in this ice, in this CO2 ice, you can say. He carries the message of otherworldly civilizations. So this is very important. It speaks about that we really can open up and break the illusion of our material world and our fixed ideas, how things work. We are so trained that something has to also matter, has to react in a way like matter always react, but this comet does not react in that way. And he asks us to really open our heart. This comment brings new beliefs in our solar system, you can say. They are otherworldly kinds of energy forms, and a belief is an energy form. And this comment brings something totally new. And the young people, they will more connect to this comment than the older one, because the young people, they have in their genes these new frequencies, and this comment has this new frequency. So this is a big impact for our consciousness, but only if we are ready to resonate with its frequency. So what it really means is this comment changes the frequency of our solar system. So, and the four comments, you can say, the Oumuamua and the Borisov, those two comments, those interstellar comments, they helped to lay out the way for this new one. And this is the third. And you might know that the number 3 has a very important message. This means now it's time. Now it's time to open for something totally new. And maybe it is exactly now the time we need it, because we are so stuck in our polarization, in our here on earth. Maybe not you yourself, but a lot of people. We see it in the USA with this assassination of Charlie Kirk, that really shows that something really weird is bubbling up more and more here on Earth. This rebellion. I saw this afternoon pictures of demonstrations in the United Kingdom, and they really was a big demonstration. We also have one in Germany today, so this is really important. Yes. And I just read, do you see a country called Republic of Somaliland Republic getting international recognition in the future? I spoke about Somalia in the last live stream. Check it out. Yes, a warm welcome to everybody. And if you have any question, you can also send me your question here in the chat. Hi to everybody. Are they going to be lots of changes in planet Earth due to the Atlas? It is a shift in consciousness, what we experience, Jackie, and it is more about if you allow yourself to open to this weird, overworldly energies, you can say. This is the most important. And then you can absorb those frequencies more. And really this can bring new visions into your life and open new doors in your life, maybe new possibilities. This is a very important event, what we are now experiencing. And now it is in the middle, or it's, yes, it's in the middle of the two eclipses. You might know the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse. And this pathway through those two eclipses is also very, very powerful, very intense, that we really can connect to those interstellar energies more. So thank you so, so much. And I have more questions. I'm just reading one of the questions. Do you see an improvement in Germany's economic situation? According to national economic statistics, Germany has been in decline for several years. How long will it take until this deteriorate? Sorry, this word is really hard for me. um, this orientation of the country, when will it change? Do the stars indicate that Germany will become involved in a war with Russia? And you might know there's a lot of discussion here in Germany about the danger of a war with Russia, because our leaders, they speak about those things and they do not want to speak with Putin. So this is really difficult. And I would really recommend them to speak with Putin and really to change and to open their understanding. But they have a lot of fear and they do not want to miss their power, because with the kind idea of war, they they um, they can fix their position. They have their leadership position, and if they would change something, maybe to speak with Putin and not to have the idea of war with Russia, then maybe they have to step down, because there's so much going on behind the scenes with money and manipulation. And yeah, so they really want to feed this narrative that Russia is our big enemy. So what do I see? I see that Germany is in a deep restructuring situation and a change in the economic systems. We see it really clear that a lot is breaking down, and only war industry they will bring their focus on. So this is not really good for the country, and I don't see a quick recovery, but I think it will come. From 2026 to 2027, there might be coming some impulses for reinvention and innovation and new alliances, 2026 and 2027. And yes, and this war involvement is not good. Yes, this is really brings a high risk of entanglement. And yes, but I don't see a war in Germany. I don't see it. Sorry, energetically, I don't see it. But it is a collective test, and more people will stand up. So under pressure, more people are awakening, and maybe that's needed for the Germans. And the German soul is also, their sole mission is to really serve as a mediator in Europe, and they should allow to go in this role. So they are carrying responsibility for peace and healing rather than aggression. And I think this is all our responsibility, that we really understand that we are the people, we create our reality. And if we don't live peace in our own life, how will this peace manifest on a broader level? Next question. And if you have any question, please let me know. Hi all. Whoa, Moon Shadow, Moon Shadow. Thank you so much for your donation. Greetings from Colorado Springs. Question: do you see an upscale in daytime UFO sighting in Colorado Springs from now until the end of? Yes, 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 yes. We will see more, not only in Colorado. There's a lot going on. And yes, and you can connect. You can connect now with the new interstellar object, maybe, to connect. And you can really, when you go to bed in the evening, ask your guidance, your higher self, your spirit guides to help you to connect to your extraterrestrial family, because you have an extraterrestrial family. And mainly when you are connected with me, there is a big chance that there is a lot going on. So yes, and often when I go in the evening outside and with my phone and search in the sky, I see those UFOs and those high dimensional beings. Sometimes they are not UFOs, they are really consciousness that is connecting with us. And then you see different geometric figures and bubbling in and going away. And this is really amazing. Okay, I have met with my family on Sirius. Yes, the memories came flooding back when I connected. Yeah, that's really very, very good. Okay, since today I have a mild infection with fatigue, slight fever, and body x. Could there be a connection with the eclipse energy? Yes, this is possible. And mainly the lunar eclipse that happened on September the 7th is a strong detox and purification energy. And yes, the body reacts. And I experienced, and a lot of people told me at the day of the lunar eclipse in the afternoon, they felt like new energy is coming. So this is also possible. But there's a lot, there's a lot to release. So yes, that's totally possible. But it's always also our body. We have to really eat good and to take care of our body, that our body can work very good. And what we also see when it's eclipse time, that the heaviness of the collective is more present, and we feel those heaviness, heavy energies more. So this is also possible. And our own soul goes through processes when those eclipse energies are present. And you can order, when you want, an Vedic horoscope, a birth horoscope, in our online shop. Check the links beyond this video. I hope there is the link to really understand a little bit more about energies on a higher level, because astrology is really understanding and reading energies on the highest level. And every planet is connected with a kind of angel energy. And you might know the Kabbalah. I studied the Kabbalah. And in the Kabbalah, those big consciousness fields that are connected with our chakras are are, they call it angels or gods, and they are connected to the stars. So everything opens when you start to really deeply connect with the planets. So I invite you to do that. Good. Next question. Oh, sorry. On what temporal basis are horoscopes for states actually created? You might know in my astrology updates, I speak about the chart of USA, of Germany, or other countries. And it is the constitution normally, the last official constitution we use for the country. So if something important happens, then you can, and there is a new constitution, then you can use for the country the new constitution. And you have to check if it is energetically good. For Germany, I used a long time the chart from after the division of West and East Germany, the new constitution, you can say. It was not really a constitution, and it does not really function energetically so much, I felt. And then I use now the 1949 constitution, and that really fits. And it's the same ascendant in the same house like the USA. So Germany and USA, they are deeply connected. Okay. Next question. I wonder how long it will take until we are where we want to be, in love, in unity consciousness, and in physical contact with other star beings. And yes, you can say that how long will it take? Um, and it is unfolding step by step. That's really important. And I see 2025 till 2030 as an intense purification process we go through. And there's a lot of collapse happening. We cannot really grasp it right now, what all will happen the next years. But there's also one thing that will happen, and this is first contact. And this interstellar object tells us about that it is 5412. So this is really important. And so we will, sorry, for me it's evening. I'm standing up really early every morning. So in this time phase, 2025 till 2030, we will have first contact with extraterrestrials, and this will shift everything, everything. Maybe something new will start. It will not be ready till 2030, but a lot of new things will come to Earth, and mainly free energy, new healing techniques. And then the elite and the deep dark state has no chance to really play out this game of manipulation more and more. So we will see. But only if you are ready, because there's not only one version of Earth, there are several versions of Earth. And when you speak about when will it be, it is not a date you can say when everything is in unity consciousness, in the fifth dimensions or something like this. This is a long way we will go, but step by step it will bring us closer to love and unity. Question from Battle Gamer Megara. Is there a 13th zodiac sign that was hidden from us? I know this question so often, I get it. I can only speak with my experience of Vedic astrology and energetic work. No, it is not. I know it is the, what's the name? I forgot the name, but I know which you mean, the snake holder. um, no, if you really study astrology, you see that it is so perfectly, that there's nothing missing. And yes, you can also say there is a hidden nakshatra. We have a 28 lunar mansion, but it's also part of the bigger picture. In those 12 zodiac signs, everything is integrated. Also, you can say this energy of the snake holder, or what the name is. I forgot the name, sorry. Sometimes names are not so easy for me. Um, so, yes, this is this idea that something is hidden from us, that is mainly connected to our unconsciousness, because we hide so much from ourselves. And then we experience these hidden things in our outer reality, you can say. But it is part of ourself. It is like something hidden inside of you. You should find and live it. And this is mainly to be really courageous and really step in your bigger shoes. This is mainly the energy of the snake holder, you can say. Sylvia, I truly feel that you are wrong in your negative impression of our President Donald Trump. James, it's okay. Everybody can believe what helps you most. That's totally fine for me, James. What I energetically read is something different. And yes, you can really you can believe what helps you most. That's fine for me. That's totally fine for me. Maybe it will help him. Maybe it will help him to really stand up for peace. And yes, Donald Trump is also helping, helping really yes, to in this bigger process, you can say he is also important to help to awaken people. Okay, it is energy and a ship. Yes, you can say it in that way, that 3-eye atlas is both. It is really consciousness, and consciousness is often connected to extraterrestrial life, you can say, or something like this in that case. Do you see any major earthquakes in the new Madrid fault zone in the US anytime soon? Sorry, cynical banana. Good names. I haven't checked this out, and astrology with astrology, so I'm not sure. Yes, I do not see a big earthquake right now. I don't feel it, you can say. Maybe I'm forced, but I don't feel it this way right now. I felt it before in this year, but not yet so much. But we have extreme energies. We have extreme energies. Trump is acting as the catalyst for big change. Yes, you can say it in that way. Thank you. Okay, then we check next question. Yes, next question. I don't understand why the negative forces are now becoming so visible. For the past decades, they had everything well under control, maintaining a comfortable life and keeping the masses in great dependence. Why are they now dissolving this situation through their aggressive actions? Because we are at very important times of change. And this means that everything has to come to the forefront. And this means that the old matrix, that it is dismantling. And this is important. And then the darkness surfaces because it can no longer hide. And higher frequency exposes what was hidden. So this is the reason. So yeah, and the controllers, they are desperate, you can say, and then they use harsher actions to suppress humanity. But that does not really work because the people are awakening and recognize those kind of manipulations more and more. So you can say this is the last big struggle before the big collapse. So next question. If the future is already determined, then everything is predestined. What sense would spiritual awakening still have then? Very important question. And we have to understand there are multiple timelines. And it is not about relaxing and looking what is changing. You are part of this change. So you have to change to experience change in your life. This is important. You have a free will. There is no fixed future. No, it is not. So you are a conscious co-creator, and you decide with your actions, not so much with your thinking, more with your believing and your action, what you experience in your life. So this is important to know. Checking if there are more questions. So what do you see as the energy from what we are calling Atlas? Oh, I spoke about this, Paul. Maybe you watched the beginning of the video. He is really a messenger of first contact. That first contact will happen, that we can really raise our frequency by connecting with him, by really tuning in his weird energy, his weird behavior, his weird colors. They show us the end of linear time, and that breaking the illusion is really something very important now. And with his unweird way moving through our solar system, this speaks of like really also the split in two different big different timeline ways, you can say. A timeline is not only a timeline, it's a timeline, but a timeline is also connected to an energetic, to energetic patterns that that are connected to more timelines. So there's not only one timeline, there are different timelines, but when they are in a similar frequency, they are like in an energetic pattern, you can say, together. And there are two different patterns now, getting more visible. And this comet shows us that the split is coming, you can say. So, next question. What is the crystal skull? You might have seen my update for September the 9th, 999. 3 number 9s, and I showed my crystal skull. I have it in the separate room. It's really heavy. I'm not sure, 8 kilogram or something like this. And the crystal skull is a very important, not only a symbol, it has consciousness. And in the times of Atlantis, There were 12 of those crystal skulls created, 13, if we look deeper. And every one of this crystal has a unique frequency that helps humanity to remember, to awaken, and they are buried in the earth mainly, and they are activated more and more now with those higher frequencies and help to stabilize the energies on earth. And yes, so those skulls are similar to our human skull, and this means we can connect to these energy fields easier because it is like in a human wave kind of energy transmission. It's easier for us to connect, and they are also amplifiers, energy amplifiers, and they are like a portal. Every crystal skull is like a portal, and the shape of the skull is mirroring our shape. So this is really a good way. And I know the first time I saw a crystal skull, I thought, oh, I don't like it, because a skull is for me to remember death, and we don't like to see death. But if you really let go of those kind of fears, and if you change your negative beliefs in positive beliefs, then there is no negative idea of a crystal skull. So for me, okay. From source all comes, from mind is the winding and wandering, through speak, do you not think? Through speak, do you not think? I also see the extraordinary beauty in this world. Yes. The crystals are all living beings too. Yes, yes, yes. Everything is alive. We always say, oh, something like this could not be alive, but it is. And we can connect with so much things. Yes. Okay. I have another question. I think this is the last on my paper. Dear Sylvia, of course, what is happening in Gaza is terrible, and everyone should do what they can to help. War is never a solution, and concerns about empty supermarkets or poverty are also not desirable scenarios. At the same time, I understand it in such a way that every soul chooses the moment of its death. We create our own reality, and crises lead us to awakening. Yes. For me, such topics bring forth compassion, but also deep respect for such courageous souls who undergo such intense and painful experiences. However, with many aid programs, I feel that the motivation often comes more from pity, which views those affected as weak. I don't resonate with that at all. What do you think about this? Yes, I think really similar. And war is never a solution. Fire against fire does not bring peace. And yes, and that everything we experience here on earth is no coincidence. It is, everything helps us to understand more who we are and to change it. And every soul, like you wrote it here, decides when it is time to go. And for the soul, it is not a big thing to when the body dies. It is like changing your clothes. Like sometimes your clothes is dirty, then you change it. And so it is for the soul. We are all beings without end, you can say, unlimited. And yes, so it is to learn to have compassion, and also as a spiritual human to really not to close your eyes if there is such as crisis like Gaza, and to send there our love and our light and to everything we can to manifest peace in our life and to be really honest with ourselves and our friends and family. This is important. And we see what happened in with the shooter in with Charlie Kirk. How important it is to really to not how to say those young people and they grow up in times of COVID with isolation and access to guns, so to weapons. This is not a good thing, and maybe there should be a change in United States and really to allow our collective to not separate people so much, to integrate them more, and to really by compassion and love and understanding. And yes, we can have our individuality, but we have to understand we are all lovable and important. And so it is about healing those wounds. It's really important. So I think this was the most important. Okay, so thank you so much. It's called flotilla. Yes, the flotilla. I hope everything goes fine with the ships. Sending also a lot of love and hope for the 50 ships going to Gaza. And I hope everything goes well. And this is really a brave sign to be there on this ship, of one of those ships, and sailing to Gaza. Yes, but it's important, and more people stand up. This is thank you, Frank, for your super chat. It's so important to really stand up and make those videos and share those good vibes. So thank you so much for being part of this live stream. You know, if you want to work closer with me, there are a lot of opportunities. I have online courses to help you to raise your frequency, to heal your heart and your body. I also have an energetic healing course, and I have a mediumship education course. I have a membership where you can be part of my community, or also my astrology course, or when it's about your beliefs, to change your belief system. So check it out. Thank you so much, and give the video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And never forget, I love you.